Everybody, Scoutcrafter here again. Funny thing happened yesterday. I thought I usually post videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Well, you know, when you're retired, this is crazy, but you lose track of what day it is. You know, you're pretty good with the months and the year, but it's rough around the days or the date. That's rough when you're retired, and it's a great thing, and I hope you all get to see it one day and enjoy it. But I posted yesterday's video. It was supposed to be Monday's video, and it turned out it was today. So I'm going to post a quick one today. It was a couple things from yesterday and a couple other things we'll get to. So let's get a mishmash back. A good friend of the show, Richard Ashman from New Zealand, all the way from New Zealand, sent this in. And now you're looking at it and say, well, it's a regular crescent. But what's really cool about it is that it's, if you can see the size, isn't that cool? First of all, you see Peck, Stowe, and Wilcox Company. And you might know that as Pexto. You know, you've seen that before, and we've done videos on it. But, you know, he sent this, and he sent these cool, look at these, huh? Chrome vanadium. And these are a small little, and that's what I want to talk about is smaller tools. If you think it's a gimmick, these small tools, or do you think that there is actually use for them? Because I have a bunch, and I always did like them. He also sent in a nice pair of Bernards. And the funny thing is that up until now, I believe these are Bernards. I'm not sure until we clean them up. But yesterday, I did Wednesday's video, and we tackled a pair of them. But I had a question. I thought there were rivets on here, but this is, I guess, the way they came. So that's really interesting. But we'll clean these up because they do clean up nicely and remember what it looks like. So we're going to do a quick cleanup on that, and then we're going to see about some other miniature tools and whether you think it's gimmick or do you actually use it. Before we start on these, I want you to take a real good look at what these look like. You know, look at all the rust on here and on here, the corrosion, the rust, and you know, the gunk. And normally these you would find at a flea market really cheap. The insides, look here, you know, the insides, how they look, and just take a good look at this because I from doing it yesterday, I know how nice these clean up. And let's get to it. Wire brush. Okay, getting back to the smaller tools, you can see here, these are some locking pliers over here, and these are some adjustable wrenches on the left. And you could see here that the locking pliers, they're about 5 inches or less, and these are 4-inch adjustable wrenches. My question is, do you have any use? You could see there's different, some of these are made just more or less for show, I guess, and others like this Black Hawk here. You can see the sides of the head. It looks like it's ready for some serious use, and it actually feels quite strong. Whereas some of the other ones have smaller heads and whatnot. But you can see, does anybody ever use these? You know, these 4-inch, do you have a use? Or I have yet to really come to have a use for those small 4-inch adjustables. And as for these are great, I guess, if you want to carry in your pocket or something, to have a locking plier. They all have slight little differences to them. This is a Williams up here, a couple vice grips, and you know, you have the needle nose. But something like this might have been a salesman sample or something because of what it is. You know, I don't see an actual. You know, we used to have ignition wrenches years ago that were reminded me of this. But just wonder if anybody ever had use for any of these. All right, let's get back to the other one. Now you know my favorite part. Remember what this Bernard looked like before we started. Okay, and we're calling these pliers done. Very happy with the way they came out because they just clean up so nice. They always do. But what's interesting about this is these pliers in 1870, the William Shoehorn Company out of New Haven, Connecticut was a tool manufacturing company. And about that same time, William Bernard come up, and he was a machinist, and he said, look, I got a pair of these parallel pliers. They're just great. So they start producing these. Eventually, the patent goes to Bernard. He gets the patent, and he gets that patent for these pliers in 1890. But the original pliers were just the regular pliers. Later on, he came out with this additional wire cutter. He also had 100+ patents with different kind of parallel opening, letter punches and all kind of ticket punching and everything. And they were doing a great business. Later on, Sargent Tools bought them out. And this particular pliers, what's so nice about this one here, because it's dated, and this one's July 19th, 1892. So what a nice pair of pliers, very smooth. And one interesting thing about this, I'll show more about on Wednesday when I do another set, actually, that I did yesterday. But what's really interesting about this has a feed-through throat on here. So if you had a long piece of wire that you could feed through like this and grip it here and pull along. So that's one of the good features of it. The jaw had that little line in there, that little groove that would allow you to hold pins and things like that. You know, fishermen always love these. These were always in like fishermen's toolboxes and whatnot. Very good tool. Everybody should have one. The Bernard parallel pliers. So in closing, I just want to say, Richard, thank you so much from all the way from New Zealand for the 1892 Bernards, for the Pexto and the Becro Polygrip pliers. So I really appreciate it. Thanks very much for tuning in, and take care. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.